Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Boss Battle number 25. I can't believe we've done 25 of these or 24 of these already. We have our boy Justin Lucas in the house. We have Mizzy and Damien. Kind of a scarce crowd today because two of our guys are out. But what's going on, Justin?
Hey, what's going on, boys? Just another busy day in One Land.
Absolutely. What's going on, Mizzy?
Yo, one can land. I like that. I like the sound of that. That's cool. Yeah, it's been one of those days, man. But I've been looking forward to this all day. Ready to kick it with my boys. Justin's kind of like one of the boys too, so it's weird having him on Boss Battle. We're gonna be grilling him a little bit and asking him some questions. But we do what we do best. We improvise.
Exactly. No, I love like you guys see me on your guys' show like every single weekend, like in between mowing the lawn, taking the garbage out, like I'm listening, like I'm jumping in, like Gokan was just on earlier. This was it over the weekend?
It was last week. It was last week.
Yep. Wow, it was that long ago. And then like Sinjin was like the week before that, I think. I jumped in. So yeah, I love what you guys do. I'm super appreciative of what you guys bring to the space overall. And so I definitely love supporting you guys as much as possible.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate all the love, bro. And we appreciate builders like yourselves that are always working to push the space forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We also have Damien in the house. Damien, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. I'll say what's up. How's it going, everyone? Nice to meet you officially, Justin. I know we chatted through Twitter and stuff like that, but yeah, man, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Damn, we got a whole 2 sentences from Dane. Goddamn. All right.
It's a record. And he didn't stutter. Look at him. He sounded normal.
I'm working on my radio voice. No, I'm just kidding.
For those of you guys in the audience watching, if you guys are new to this show, it's a Q&A show where we have 3 major bosses where we ask a slew of questions from the community and we grade the bosses, or we grade how Justin's going to do on each boss. Those polls will be up in chat, so be on the lookout for those in chat. And if you win at the end, you get a special trophy from us. So kudos to you, my friend. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. By the way, use code Catalyst20 on your Kushi Dreams deals. That's Catalyst20, KushiDreams.com.
Bro.
I'm cooking here, man. Let me do my thing. All right. Question number 1 for boss number 1. Who came up with the name Onekin? Is there a story behind that? And what is the inspiration to start Onekin and develop these products?
Ooh, fantastic question. So Onekin is another word for family, right? So we're all one family, all of us in not just Web3 gaming, but across all of gaming. And so the person who came up with that is our illustrious CEO, Jack O'Neill. He came up with that, and it really kind of fits the ethos of what our mission is in this space, is to treat all of our studios like family, and help them succeed. Now, what was the last question?
Yeah, the second part was, what was the inspiration to help start Onekin to develop these products?
Oh, okay. So let's get into some history. Our CEO, Jack, got in the space in 2016, 2017. He was at Harvard Business School, was getting his MBA, and was super interested in NFTs. He'd been at Lenovo and Office Depot and had kind of seen how blockchain technology could help from an operational standpoint, a massive Fortune 500 company. And he went off to Harvard getting his MBA, and he was doing NFT projects with a really famous National Geographic photographer. And I think they minted out, at least 2 or 3 different projects there. And as a lifelong gamer, he wanted to get in and get into the gaming space. And so he invested in a couple of projects, took over a couple of projects, and quickly realized that making a game is not easy. getting users into a game is not easy. It's very easy at the start when it's something fresh, it's something new, but as that kind of short attention span theater takes place, people churn out of a game and they're on to the next one. I mean, we're all guilty of it. And so he started thinking, like, how can we revolutionize the way that studios and publishers get users actually playing their game, as opposed to kind of that meta that we all went through during the bear of follow us on Twitter, follow us on Discord, grind out a whitelist. Great, you grinded out a whitelist. Oh, fantastic. Now you're extracting value and throwing it on OpenSea immediately. And there's no value to the studio, because as a studio, you need a statistically significant data set of users actually playing your game to make your game better. So you, from a live ops perspective, can jump in and say, like, does that weapon need to be nerfed or buffed? Does that map suck? Are too many people dying at this one specific choke point, as opposed to this one over here that would better balance the map? And so looking at kind of the entirety of how we can help drive assimilation of users actually into games and reward them with a cool piece of exclusive content that gets them into games, as opposed to extracting that value out immediately, throwing it up on OpenSea, Magic Eden, storefront of your choice, and then never coming back into the game. There's nothing worse than finding a kick-ass game and you get in there and there's nobody in there. And like, the game is great, the game is fun, and you tell all your friends and you're sharing links and trying to get them in to play it. But nobody's there, like, there's no fun. So that's kind of the impetus behind what we're building.
Yeah, and to add to that real quick, even if there are a lot of gamers that come in, it's like, how are you going to make them sustain? How are you going to make them want to come back, right? Because the biggest thing is, once you have that initial customer base, you're like, okay, how do I make sure these players come back, right? What is the retail value, replay value there?
Retention is such a huge KPI that, as this industry matures, retention is going to be one of those things that is super important from a KPI standpoint for publishers to go out there and toot their own horns about, like, hey, our D1, our D7, our D14, our D365 is at X%. And that's going to be showing the entire world their success.
Absolutely. I just want to shout out some people in the crowd here. What's going on, Addis? Addis said that was such a good question. I wondered about with this when I heard the name the first time. We also have, what up, Addis? And we have Jackie. What's going on, Jackie? Welcome back. Jackie is like one of our biggest supporters, so appreciate you. And let's hop into the next question. How is Onekin getting the word out about Moonbase? What is the strategy? I'll tell you this personally. I kind of forgot. Not low-key, kind of forgot what's going on, and then Prof reminded me. So I could say, in my instance, the KOLs are doing it,
100%. And it's, there's two schools of thought, right? Like, you can do the social farming from an aspect and look at it of, like, let's just get degens, because we know that they're gonna, like, farm the hell out of it. But it goes back to that point, right? Like, what is that typical degen behavior? And nothing against degens whatsoever. I'm one as well. I'm guilty of the exact same thing. But, if I get something and I'm not interested in it as an airdrop, I'm going to probably go on OpenSea and sell it, right? And so it was really about starting out small with a lot of the content creators that we've been working with really closely over the last year or so that I've been with Onekin. So people like Prof Pressure, Ramen Cash, everyone that we're all friends with on Twitter already, right? And so working closely with those guys, as Moonbase evolves, there will be more KOLs involved. There will be more studios and publishers involved. There will be larger entities involved, and so we felt it better to start out small, and one, you get to make sure that everything is working and nothing is broken. And so we're now at the point where we feel really comfortable and confident. And so we'll be pushing more people in to Moonbase, as well as rolling out a bunch of cool new things for people to do on Moonbase.
Absolutely. Love that answer. Let's shift gears a little bit here. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. What is the major pain point that OneKin is here to solve?
Well, I think the biggest one is getting users into games. We're all on Twitter every day. We all see, the newest game announces they're on Twitter, or, that their game is coming. Do X, Y, and Z to try and get in to play the alpha, the beta, wherever they're at in their milestone development. But then there's always that next game that's right behind there, right? And so it kind of, you lose that memory of that game. I can't tell you how many times, I've seen a game, joined their Discord, tried to, get a whitelist spot or get an NFT, and then something new comes up and it becomes, back of mind. And so it allows us to help for assimilating, which is, the actual process of getting gamers into the games. So, we're looking to solve the retention. We're looking to solve MAU, DAU as a KPI. And it's more to help the studios find success. So they're getting users in at, a cheaper price point than they would be with any other user acquisition tool that's out there, and that are actually gamers, as opposed to your mom on Facebook scrolling through a Facebook ad, or somebody scrolling through a website and seeing an advertisement. So, we want to bring gamers into games, and we want to bring balance to Web3 gaming through that community empowerment.
So I have a selfish question here that's not on the list here.
Got it. Let's do it.
Given that statement, because I want to know what the angle is. Maybe this is too much alpha, but is it like trying to push a standard for the industry, saying, I reject this gated community type of shit? Or is it more so make the gated community easier to enter?
I think it's a little bit of both, because I think there's absolutely times where you, as a studio, you need to gate, right? Like, because you want a certain type of user, you want a user that's going to be friendly to what they're playing, right? Like we've all jumped into, even back in the old PS2, PS3 days, like when, Sony would be doing a network test for SOCOM. They wanted SOCOM 1 players coming into SOCOM 2 because they know that, one, that you're a SOCOM player, that you're going to provide good feedback, but also that you realize, like, the game is super early and guns might not work as they should, or maps might not be as great as they could be, stuff like that. But I think there's also, to the other point too, is that there's an opportunity, as we talk about, I hear this all the time, and I see it all the time in like decks from different publishers, is like, we're ready to onboard the next million gamers into Web3.
Yep.
And you're not going to do that by gating users behind an NFT purchase that they have to purchase up front before they even get to try out your game.
And that NFT might rise in value too, so that wall keeps rising and rising. So there's a lot of things there.
And gamers aren't going to fall out of a tree and land in front of their computer and have your game pre-installed, right? So I think, it's all about helping the publishers at the right time, when they're ready for users, get those users downloading their game, going through the Fakui, actually playing the game, and having this great reward at the end of that as a content creator. Now, you can create some kick-ass content if, this game has a cool red sword that you can't get anywhere else, and it's going to look badass when you guys are making videos for YouTube or for Twitch. It's going to give FOMO to everyone that follows you, like, oh shit, Clouds has got this cool sword of 1,000 suns. Like, I want that too. So there's that incentive layer there as well. But yeah, it's all about helping studios get those users actually playing their games.
Yeah, I always thought that like a good example of a game that did this correctly in my eyes was Earth from Another Sun, because you could get early access to it. You could get spot in the credits. You would have something rare NFT wise that nobody else would have, and it was like an early founders type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when games utilize more gamer friendly vernaculars, I think that's really where we're going to see a lot of movement there.
100%. I mean, I could even go back to, when I was a long time ago, I was at Working Designs, and we did the first collector's edition that ever came out in the US for the PlayStation. And it was such a monumental shift of like, oh shit, like I get all this cool stuff along with this great game. I get, this cool soundtrack CD. I get this great making of video. I get, these great interviews with the team from Japan and the team in the US that localized this game. I get this cool cloth map. I get all this great stuff, like, and it really incentivizes you to want to pick that up and play it.
Absolutely. Let's jump into a juicy question here. There was one thing that one kid could do product wise to add to your line of services that you would add that's not currently available. What would that product be?
I mean, what if it's on my roadmap though right now?
I mean, that works too. Whatever product is not currently out that you're wanting to add to your line of services.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got the One Pass, which is the subscription to the platform itself. We've got on the roadmap, we've got, I love all of our studios and publishers and developers. And, my life is to try and make their lives as easy as possible. So I would say, I mean, it's coming like in like the next 4 weeks, but it would be our single sign-on SDK. I think that's going to make publishers and studios' lives a lot easier to integrate with the OneKin platform, as well as be able to take advantage of the different capabilities that single sign-on SDK bring not only to the user, but to the studios, and allow them to get users excited quicker about their game. And then obviously, down the road, we have our one chain, and then our one coin that'll power all of everything together. So right now, yeah, the one kit, which is our SDK, that would be the thing that I'm excited for myself. I'm a marketing nerd, and I'm geeking out over engineering stuff. So that should tell you kind of what the capabilities are, as well as the ease of use from a integration perspective, and then how much faster it'll allow publishers and studios to get listed on our platform.
All right. I love that answer. We're going to head into the last question here on the first boss. Damon is going to post a poll in the comment section. So be sure to look at those comments and get your votes in. Probably have about 5 minutes when it goes up. You guys talk a lot about Web3 gaming projects. So in your perfect ideal world, right? If you were to design your own Web3 game, what genre would it be, and what would that look like?
It would, I should probably, I'm trademarking this, so nobody steal this idea.
Okay.
Anyone ever played the game Monster Rancher?
I've heard of it. I haven't played it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, I played Monster Rancher, bro.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, let's geek out. Okay.
All right.
So Monster Rancher was on
I already know exactly where he's going. Go ahead.
Monster Rancher was on the original PlayStation. And the cool thing about Monster Rancher was it gave you a monster. So you would put your PlayStation disc in, you'd boot up the game, you'd play, and then it would say, okay, take the Monster Rancher out and put in any CD, and we'll generate a monster based off of that.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
And so, like, super rare Sega CD games would give you like these awesome monsters. Old like TurboGrafx 16 CDs. They would give you these crazy rare monsters. So it was like phenomenal for people that like collected games or had a bunch of games in their library. It encouraged you to like go hunt through like your mom and dad's CD collection and like be like, all right, like let's see what Kenny Loggins, what type of monster I can get with that.
Yeah, man,
So,
the DVDs were so sick. Like I remember the monster that I got with the Matrix. It was fucking cool as shit.
exactly.
It was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah. So taking that kind of theory, what if your wallet address or what you had in your wallet dictated what kind of monster you got?
Yo, that's
That's
sick.
fire.
Banger. That is such a banger. Yeah, man. Yeah. I've mentioned Monster Rancher on one of our podcast episodes before because to me it's one of those games that's like perfect for Web3. Like it just makes so much sense.
100%. And now, like, and you know, obviously, like if I've got Meiji and Pirate Nation and I don't know what else do I have, you know, something else, like maybe there's, you know, I get, you know, this yellow monster, but you know, because I've got Meiji, I've got, you know, better stats than if I had another game, for example. So like not only would it dictate based off of like your wallet hex address, but also the NFTs that you have, and then it would give you like that would set your strength and your, you know, persistence and resistance and you know, your overall power, your HP, all that stuff.
Love the insight.
I love that. We have to clip this and add Monster Hunter gameplay so people see what Justin's talking about, man. Like,
yeah, and remember this is trademarked.
Game. It's trademarked. We'll find you and kill you if you steal this idea.
I know in like 3 months this is going to be like the new meta, and I'm going to be dealing with a bunch of publishers all doing this very game.
Hey, well, if it does happen, you heard it here first on Boss Battle. Let's fucking go. Sir Sapient, welcome to the stream, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We are going to shift gears here. Missy is going to take over the questions for boss number 2. Get your votes, and you got like about 1 minute.
Guys, go vote for my boy Justin. You have to vote in the comment section on the Catalyst account for those of you that are watching on the other streams. Am I lagging, by the way? Because I feel like
you're good. I mean, your brain might be lagging, but I think you're pretty good.
This guy.
All right, this fucking guy. All right. Question boss number 2. You know, we're this is probably the last week where we're not gonna have visuals for these bosses. We've been working on some visuals for the upcoming bosses. Technically, this second boss is the Skull Reaper. You know, we'll actually have a cool ass visual to join that next week. You know, as you guys know, we always build in public with these things. So we're working on creating different themes around the bosses and kind of like coming in with cool visuals. But question number 1 for boss number 2. Moonbase launched this month. How many people have signed up so far? And what's the response you're seeing around the launch? You know, what's the feedback? What's the vibes? What's going on?
100%. So let's see. It launched late Wednesday night. We already have over 5,000 people signed up. I saw something earlier today. They've completed, I know it's like over 90,000 emissions, I think, already across Moonbase. The response has been fantastic, not only from gamers, but also from our publishers. They're all very excited about it. They're very interested in utilizing what we've built in some way, shape, or form. We'll be using it going forward over the coming months to when we bring a studio on board to do a Twitter space, when we work with a partner or sign a partner, we'll have specific missions for them. The biggest thing that has been requested has been the ability to do referrals. And so I can tell everyone that is coming. I just had like a 2.5 hour long call right before this, kind of talking through that, how it works, how it shouldn't work, how do we protect against bots, how do we encourage real life people to take advantage of Moonbase and collecting spice.
Wow. All right, I love to hear that. You know, referral systems, yeah, they're really big in Web3. People love them, and
It makes total sense. Like I
yeah,
totally get it. Like along with a lot of the other things that I think are going to blow people's mind that we're adding into Moonbase. I think building deliberately and being thoughtful and purposeful in how we build out the different functionalities that we add in. I think it's super important because at the end of the day, like, I'm a gamer as well, just like everyone here listening in. Like I want Moonbase to be fun. I want it to be safe. I want it to be exciting. I want it to be interesting. Hold on real quick. All right, there we go.
I had to jam out a little bit, man.
I was like, okay.
The beat was hitting. The beat was hitting.
That's Slack going off right now. It seems like my community manager is trying to call me for something. So if he calls back,
Leaking alpha.
yeah, stop talking.
He's cooking too much. Stop him.
Nothing can stop me. I'm on a roll.
All right. So that ends the first question. I mean, I want to follow up with the most requested feature so far has been referral link. What do you think? What has been like the biggest criticism that you guys want to address immediately outside of that? Like, is there anything with the platform? Like, obviously no FUD or anything. It's just transparency of building.
100%. No. I think in a perfect world, like everything would have been all in at launch, right?
Yeah.
And as you're building anything, like you can't build everything all together. Like, you've got to build the stuff in A that's going to make B better. The stuff that you build for B is going to make C better. The stuff that you're going to build in C is going to make D better. So the platform has been super solid. We did have some random Twitter API issues, but I mean that's stuff that we really don't have any control over because it's Twitter or X.
Man, Elon's coming for anybody that says Twitter. Shit! Now he's coming for me. I just said it.
Yeah. So the site's been super solid. Other than that, so I've been really, really happy with that. I think I can't really think of anything that has really been like, oh, I wish we should have thought of that, or like, why didn't we see that coming? It's been really, really solid, and that's all to the engineering team that we have that pulled all-nighters, all weekends, just absolutely busted their ass to get this to what you guys are seeing now, and wait until you guys see what they've got planned for coming up, season 2, season 3, and on. So it's going to be awesome. Like, I'm really, really excited. Again, had a really long call this afternoon with members of the team to kind of talk through reprioritizing based off of the feedback that we've been receiving. Okay, should we move this up and move that back? Should we move, this, should we not even do this thing because like this is such a huge, ask from the community that we want to get resolved and solved and added in as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's crazy how dynamic Web3 is, right? Like, you mentioned that you deal with more marketing in OneKin, you're the director of ecosystem and growth. But I feel like, me being someone that's also heavily involved in marketing in Web3, you almost become a product designer at the same time because you have so much feedback from the marketing that you're doing because of how marketing in Web3 works, that you're also guiding the design process for certain products based on the feedback on everything.
100%. Yeah. Well, the nice thing is that, with my experience and background, when I came on board, was I was really able to help and sit down with the engineering team and provide the point of view from being the person that has to, upload a build to Apple or to Google Play or to PSN or Xbox Live. So I've had those experiences, and I know what I liked about those platforms. I know what I hated about those platforms. I know, the feature sets that no one ever used versus the feature sets that everyone used. And so as we were building out like the back end that only the studios and publishers get to see, like I was able to have a really deep conversation with our CTO of, we don't need to have this. We need to have, this. It doesn't need to be a ton of API calls. It just needs to be one API call. Here's the information that we absolutely have to have. Here's stuff that would be nice to have. Here's stuff that we can put it in there, but honestly, not many people are going to use it. And so we were able to prioritize and build out a back-end platform that, our publishers have a really easy time using. It's functional. It does what it's supposed to. It doesn't make you jump through a bunch of stupid hoops that aren't going to help you in any way, shape, or form. It really just is there so that get your game listed, general description, what your collectible item is, push it into review, and then I review it, and then you're good to go at the date you want to go out.
Fucking banger. All right, so you did mention Spice earlier. Now what? Kicking it into that because it was one of our questions, but then as you mentioned it, I felt like it was just something that people would want to hear about, right? Like, what's Spice? How does it function within Moonbase? And like, give us, as much alpha as you can about Spice.
Oh man. Okay. So let's talk about Spice. You can harvest Spice via Moonbase. So there's I believe there's, I want to say 20 missions in there right now. You harvest this Spice. This Spice will be used throughout the life cycle of Moonbase. There is a lot of really cool opportunities for future multipliers for the amount of Spice that you'll be able to harvest based off of what we have planned for how you will use Spice as we move into further seasons. So that's about as much alpha as I can give without Jay calling me on Slack and being like, no, pick up the phone back. But I will tell you, it's been very exciting to see the excitement from people. Our Discord has been full of people, asking the exact same questions, and there's so much that I want to tell you guys, but like I've also got to follow like the marketing plan, right? Like if I start dropping alpha here, then like the marketing team is going to kill me, which I don't want. But I will tell you, the more Spice that you harvest, the more fun you're going to have in later seasons as Moonbase evolves.
Okay. Well, you guys heard it here first. Getting Spice is the alpha. I'm not gonna get my boy, Justin in trouble. We built such a reputation for getting alpha catalyst that you gotta have team members calling you mid-show. So I mean, that's bullish. That's bullish. All right. What are some mistakes that you see game projects doing that you wish they'd stop? Like now's your time. Now's your time to get up on your soapbox and rip motherfuckers.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
He's ready. He's ready. Look at him.
Man. All right. Let's see. Where do we start? I've always thought AAA as a game description doesn't make a lot of sense. I've always thought of AAA as more of an editorial nomenclature, where if your game gets, 3 10s in Famitsu, you're AAA. If your game gets, 90% or higher in reviews, like, all right, you're a AAA game. I've seen games with huge, massive marketing budgets that try to use their marketing budget to make that association of them being AAA, and the game is mid at best. Let's see, what's another one? Esports compatible. Yes, you can build out your game for esports, but the esports teams will tell you if you're an esports game or not. The esports leagues will tell you if you're an esports game or not. Man, what else?
The trash talk will tell you if it's an esports game.
Yeah, yes. If a 12-year-old is screaming curses at you on chat while you're playing, you're an esports game.
Yep.
God, what else?
Absolutely.
My guy's cooking. He's got lists. Look at him.
Preaching.
Those are the two big ones. I've always kind of thought, like, let success be your noise, right? Make a badass game, and hey, you know what? If it's super successful, you get a ton of users, you monetize like crazy, your KPIs are best in class, badass. Congratulations, you're AAA. Make a great, fun, competitive game, whether it's PvP or PvPvE or however, and let players play it, and then hopefully there is that affinity for it and it becomes an esports game. Those are probably the two that I often find. And then the other one is we kind of hit on it earlier. We're going to onboard the next million gamers. That's a lot of work. It takes a lot of partnerships. It takes a lot of due diligence. It takes a lot of luck, and in having the right partners at the right time with the right game, or the right partnership with the right e-commerce platform, or the right partnerships at a infrastructure level to onboard even one gamer. Saying that you're going to onboard 1 million gamers with your game, that's a fantastic goal, but it takes a lot of work to actually do that.
I don't think people get how many people 1 million people actually is.
100%.
A lot of fucking people. Go look at any sports arena. That's a few 10,000 at the most, right?
Yeah. I mean, Michigan, that stadium holds 100,000, so that's 10 of those stadiums.
Yeah, man. So to me, it's something that when people throw these numbers on decks, they sound cute and everything, but it's bro, 1 million people is a lot of fucking people. Start with the first 10,000. Start with the first 1,000. Be happy about that, and then go from there.
Yeah, make sure your servers can support 100 people, 1,000 people before you start saying we're going to onboard 1 million.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to add real quick to the esports conversation is the esports players and gamers alike, they have terminologies that are built too. So I really do appreciate you saying that just because you're building out to an esport doesn't mean you're going to be an esport. There has to be terminology that is common to the end user. For instance, in Smash, you say back air, you say bear. These are terms that Smashers know, right? Yeah. That's another part of it, is the ideology and lores of these games are built by community. And a lot of times these games come out ambitious, oh, we're an esport. It's are you? I understand you're funding that way, but is your community seeing that as an esport, right? Yeah. So I really do appreciate your view on that.
In WoW, we came up with all our own terminology, the different compositions, God comp, RMP, RMD, even the type of shit that we do, just set up kills. It's yo, are you gonna, I'm gonna cheap shot off of the blind, or I'm gonna go fucking cheap off of the blind. You say that shit to any other gamer outside of WoW, it doesn't even sound like English, bro.
Right.
But that's just how that's just how it works. But last question of boss number 2. And Damien, if you could please so kindly get the poll ready so that the community can vote. And chat, while you guys are here, what are some mistakes you see gaming projects doing that you wish they would stop? Now I'd love to hear everybody's feedback on this because we have the fortunate luck to be able to talk to these games and give them advice. Between ourselves, between Justin here. So anything that you guys think games are fumbling the bag on or they should do better, your opinion does matter, and it does help us give feedback to the games within the ecosystem. But for the last question of boss number 2, how does Moonbase incorporate the rest of the OneKin ecosystem, and how does it all work together?
Okay.
He's gonna kill us, bro. He's gonna kill us. I could tell.
Here's the thing: I can get from point A to point B. I've just got to skip over a bunch of things that I can't talk about, and so I'm trying to figure out okay, how do I get from starting point to this little platform here over to this platform without touching and talking about this, without spoiling the surprise, spoiling the marketing efforts that are going into building that item out as a vertical into itself. So Spice is going to be used as part of let's see. All right. So as you harvest spice, there will be the opportunity for you to utilize that towards the subscription to the platform. And there will be other opportunities and incentives for you to utilize that spice in a way that I think if you've been in the Web3 game long enough, you can jump to that next conclusion.
Okay. Jump to conclusions, people. Jump to conclusions. But you get the idea, Justin dropping alpha without directly dropping alpha. I'm here for it.
Hint.
I like the creativity.
I was in my head, I was thinking all right, how do I get from point A to point B and not touch on X, Y, and Z that I know my phone would start blowing up immediately if those words even came out of my mouth.
Yo, that's pretty juicy. I'm not gonna lie. This man is out here. This is really a boss battle for him because he's trying to win over the crowd while being limited in what he can say. Which you always want to see that. You always want to see that.
That's the hard part, right? Building in public is no joke. It's completely different than doing a console or a mobile game, where you can announce a console game at E3 and basically tell everyone here's a trailer and we'll see you in 18 months and you build out your marketing plan, you do your previews 3 months before your review code is done. You get your review code, you time that so your reviews launch the same time as your game launches, and then and that's kind of the secret sauce, right? But in Web3, you build publicly. Everyone knows your business. Everyone knows that what you're working on. I try and be as open and as transparent as I can in our Discord with what we're doing that week, what's coming up, what events we're going to be at, why we're going to those events, those types of things. So building in public but it's so much fun. It's so rewarding.
It's honestly, no, go ahead, Otto. You're gonna say something, brother.
No, I was gonna say absolutely. Go ahead.
It's honestly building in public is addicting as shit. Because I used to, in a former life before I was a 2D anime character, I used to work in fashion and in a lot of creative industries, and I used to get the privilege to go to festivals and events in the VIP sections, be behind stages, making sure people are getting a certain type of drip. And when you've been on the stage and you can synergize, vibe with the crowd, I wasn't the fucking main attraction or anything, but when you're on stage, fans don't give a shit. If you're one of the guys on the stage, the energy is rolling with you. They're going with it. And man, building in public is a lot like that experience
100%.
where if you're on stage and people are screaming the lyrics to whoever you're with, you're kind of screaming it back to them. You're stage diving. You're throwing swag off stage. You're like fucking around, throwing water bottles, doing all that stuff. Like it's a very intoxicating feeling. And yeah, like it's the closest thing I can compare to building in public because it's just this very synergetic vibe between you and the crowd and the people that are there, and they're feeding energy into what you're doing, what your team is doing. And it's like this very authentic and raw moment of support. So for us at Catalyst and the other company that I run, Paladins, it's also very difficult to build in public because there's a lot more than meets the eye with us, with the type of stuff that we're building at Catalyst. We have ambitions to go beyond just content and things like that. And people will talk to us and they just see the surface level of it. They're like, oh, you guys are like a content org. We're like, yeah, but we can't talk about, B through Z. So we completely understand when we're talking to other builders, and you have things that you want to show, you have things that you don't want to show, but the inner instinct always makes you want to just shout it from the rooftops because building in public is so fucking addicting.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I enjoy every second of it.
Oh, dude, there is no high quite like finally being able to announce like Moonbase, finally being like us coming out of stealth at GDC allowed us to finally start talking about the platform we're building, the token that we're doing, the chain that we're building, the SDK that is going to be coming out for publishers and studios to utilize. Since GDC, it's been like one like crazy high after another each and every day.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, you got Ramen Cash here saying, I started a GoFundMe to get Justin back in a hat. He also said, I didn't even know he had hair. Now I'm bullish on one pin like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Justin came proper. Justin came proper today.
We're in the one king hoodie.
Yo, I need one of the hoodies, bro.
I'll get you set up. Don't worry.
Okay. I need a hat too because we wear hats for a reason.
All right, let's start the two-headed hydra. You go explain.
Wait.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
First of all, you have something to announce, don't you?
I don't know. Do I? No, I'm just kidding. I do. Nah. I do. I was trying to see if you were paying attention. Damn, I was trying to slip it by you.
No, this is my show, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, this is your show. This is
my show. Do it live.
Nah, I'm actually pulling it up. Just give me 1 second.
Bet. While he's pulling that up, I was gonna just mention. Robin also said he looks like he plays for a rock band and then LARPs as a wizard in some cutty part.
Yo,
bro, Robin, I hope you're feeling better, my friend.
Man.
Oh, he got hit for you too. Mizzy out here looking like a cherry without the stem. Oh, I don't know what that means, but there you go.
I don't know, bro, but girls like melting cherries in their mouth, so I don't mind it.
Ooh, and they like moving the stem with their mouth too. They have the little party trick.
Yeah, that's a compliment. I like where I end up being the cherry. All right, I got the post ready. All right.
Okay.
Damien's about to upload it right now. So Damien got it. And then if you could put it up on the screen for us as well, please. What
does this button do?
I don't know. Press it and see what happens.
That's not what I thought I was going to do.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Why do you have to press it? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Mizzy.
Who pressed it? Damien or you?
Oh, I was pressing.
No, that wasn't me.
Nice.
Damien, you posted it? All right, let's fucking go and bring it up on the screen so we can show our man Justin what he's won. No, I'm just kidding, but
yes, Addis, the soundboard is back.
The soundboard never left, man.
Are we ready or?
I'm waiting to see if Damien puts it up on screen.
Nope.
But
Nope.
There you go. We are not ready. There's live entertainment, guys.
I mean, I guess I'll just screen share because I don't know how to.
Yeah, just screen share, man.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Oh, we were waiting on that. Yeah. Drum roll, please.
Bum, 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 bum.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
We hope you like it, man.
All right, so you're always cooking in the space, and you're in the lab. So we decided to create a boss battle cartridge in honor of you, Justin, and Onekin. We put you in a lab coat. Awesome. Yeah, we put you in a lab coat, because you're an alchemist out here, fucking just cooking all sorts of shit up. But the marketing plan, tapping in with the culture, tapping in with the community, and we wanted to do something to honor you guys. We do it for every boss battle episode. It's free to collect. Yeah, it's free to collect, guys. Claim it in the link below and the RevGG link. It is going to be a part of, our wider Catalyst ecosystem. And there will be, something that gets rewarded to people that collect these. What that may be, I'm not going to tell you shit. But, I mean, it's going to be in tune with our brand, our gaming community, and, always trying to find different and unique ways to create experiences that no one in Web3 has ever seen before. So shout out Lincoln, shout out Justin.
It's beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for all the support and for always pulling up, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Let's go.
I gotta grab that before it mints out.
Yeah, it's up for 2 hours, so you got some time.
All right. Yeah, I got mine before the show. So,
Wow, you cheating the system, bro. That's crazy.
I mean, when you're part of Catalyst, you get to do these kind of things. So
they would call that privilege in certain places. I'm just kidding.
Black privilege. First time we're gonna say black privilege on the show. and the last.
Oh man. All right, let's start the two-headed Hydra.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Back and forth. I'm gonna go first, and the first question is: how does Moonbase separate itself from other social fi platforms?
I mean, I think the end goal result of harvesting the spice is one aspect of it, and what that spice ultimately leads to, and how you can use that to be a part of the Onekin platform. I think that's how one way it separates itself from that. I think the other way is, we purposefully, want to make sure that actual communities, we want to make sure that actual gamers are the people that are part of this ecosystem are getting the spice, as opposed to people that are more interested in the financial return aspect of farming and then moving on to the next item. So I think that's probably the biggest way that I see personally as a differentiator between us and other farming opportunities that are out there. Like I mentioned earlier, I want this to be something that leads and is always leading to something bigger, better, more impactful for all of gaming, and not just specifically Web3 gaming, but across all gaming, as opposed to going into it with the understanding of like, look, everyone that's going to farm this is going to end up dumping it the minute they get it.
I love that answer, Justin. And might I suggest a contest, or maybe just content in general for the community to make, of how it does differ from other social fi platforms? Because you could get tons of different answers from the community. So
100%. Well, there's some things coming, boys. There's some things coming. There's some mission types that I think are going to be super interesting for communities like yours. I think there's some mission types that give back to friends and in the industry and people that are part of bringing gaming up as opposed to just using it as a means to an end.
Okay.
I like it.
Farming a little bit. All right, I like this. Cool. Go ahead, Mizzy.
All right, real quick. Ramen said he loves us, so I gotta say it while we're on stream. I love you, Ramen. I'm glad you're doing better, my brother. We
love you, Ramen.
Happy to hear that you're doing well, genuinely, because I couldn't picture Web3 game without you, bro. So I'm glad you're okay. And now go back to the show. All right, so we got question number 2 of the two-headed Hydra. I mean, you kind of, let's see if you can give me something here, because you kind of like hinted at this, but we're gonna push it a little more. Hey, CM from Onekin, please don't kill me, all right? And don't kill Justin. If you wanted to get mad, it is our fault. It is our fault. Okay, so what are some examples of social-based missions that users can undertake within Moonbase?
There's obviously like the easy ones. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Jack, our CEO. Follow Mark, our CFO. Follow Z, who's our CTO. Follow the Onekin Labs account. But there's also other stuff like block lords. We had block lords on a space last week, and so we went all out. Follow block lords. Check out their video. Their video on YouTube. Like they've got some banger videos. Like David and that team at Block Lords are making such an amazing game. It was interact with the Block Lords Twitter account. So those are kind of basic missions. As we progress, we talked about referrals already, and there's going to be the opportunity for you to utilize your spice in a way to give you bigger, better multipliers. There's also the opportunities of working with the users to connect their wallet, and depending on what they have in their wallet, they'll be able to get a multiplier. Those are probably the 3 biggest things off the top of my head that I get super amped up for and super excited to be able to work with different publishers, different community teams, get that set up, and make that happen.
Okay. Yeah, we can't keep calling Robin a boomer.
Yeah, I was gonna call that out.
Okay.
Adis is in peak form today, my friend.
Man. All right. I am old.
No. He's not calling you a boomer.
He's talking about ramen. You see, you got to play the first one. Yeah, honestly, got to see ramen doing better, and then he said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ramen is younger than me, so
age is a spirit, man. Ramen be acting like he's 75 years old sometimes.
Nah, Mizzy, Jin is a spirit.
We love him. Jin is a spirit. All right. So next one's yours, Hado.
Yo, Damien, what's up, bro? Good to hear your voice, man.
The voice from beyond.
All right. How does Moonbase aim to accelerate community growth and provide social value to its partners within the ecosystem? I know you've been talking a lot about getting gamers into the door, but let's talk about community growth for a second.
Sure. So I mean, there's community growth at the publisher studio level, helping them grow, and I think like I said, we had over 5,000 new people follow Block Lords just off of having those missions in Moonbase. So now, we have over 100 publishers signed to Onekin. And so, many of them are building for a year, 2 years down the road. We've got, a considerable amount of publishers, though, that will be ready at launch when we launch the platform. So working with those guys. So it's driving people to learn about all these great games. It's driving people to learn about these great communities like you guys. Go follow the Catalyst and learn about these great games, because you guys do so much for this space in bringing out and promoting games that might be under the radar, promoting people that are part of the Catalyst OG family. You guys do so much for us as publishers, studios, infrastructure in this space, to give us this vehicle to be able to communicate with you guys and your fans. So that's how I see how we can help and grow all of Web3 gaming or gaming in general together. And that goes back to like the Onekin name itself, right? Like we're all one family. We're all in this together. Like, there is no competition in Web3. It's all collaboration.
Love that answer. Yeah, I think that's speaks to the beauty of what we've been able to do so far at Catalyst. It's kind of like being a mouthpiece in the space. It's like, well, hold up. Like, we want some good ass games. We want to show off those good ass games. Mizzy want to be talking all this shit, saying he could beat up everybody in every space, every podcast, every video. That's the kind of culture we bring to the space.
The record speaks for itself, though. I do back it up.
Hey, fight me in Street Fighter. We'll see what happens.
No, I get washed, but
okay.
I can beat you in like 4 other genres, so we good.
You could beat me in MK though. I'm trash at that.
I don't know. I watched Mizzy race alpacas the other day against Clouds. That was the most fun. That was the most fun thing I had seen in a long time. Like just watching Mizzy and Clouds just talk trash back and forth to each other.
Yeah, to give you some alpha on that, there was some issues in stream, but I think it was probably the best episode of Wrecked because these two boys were just doing their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. I mean, Clouds looked like a homeless One Piece. But
clip it and ship it. Clip it and ship it.
Oh shit, bro! When he pulled up with the hat, because we were fucking joking about that, right? Like, if he pulled up with the hat, I was like, dude, what are you? Yeah, all right, let's fucking go. I did not see it coming, but it was funny as hell, and it was a fun stream, man. We had a lot of fun on that one.
No, and that speaks to what you guys bring to community. Like, you guys are having fun. Like, that comes through. Like,
yeah,
to everyone that watches you guys, like it's fantastic to see what you guys do, to see how you guys do it, and know the effort, energy, and hard work that you guys put in to do it. So I'm a huge fan of what you guys are building and have built, and I'm a huge fan of community in general, whether it's you guys or other communities out there. Like, I love having my finger on the pulse of what you guys in Web3 gaming that are playing every game, seeing every game, what your guys' feelings are towards certain games or how different things are being rolled out at a publisher or studio level, so that I can make better decisions and better choices as we work on Moonbase, as we work on the Onekin platform, as we work on our SDK, the chain, the TGE, things like that. Like, all that stuff helps me and helps Onekin make a better product for gamers at the end of the day.
I love that, man. And for us, that's the dream, being able to contribute in however we can. There's a lot of people think we started this very grassroots. Like, a lot of people think, I'm just a person in my bedroom. That's what Catalyst was built off of. Just people in their bedroom trying to make a difference in however way they could. 100%. So I really appreciate that.
I mean, I could tell you stories of gaming companies that were built the same exact way. Like, there's gaming companies that I know of that started out doing one thing and transitioned into gaming almost by accident, and they had a hit success, and now they've got to have a gaming division. Sunsoft used to make pachinko games and modems and random PC parts, and then they released like Blaster Master for the NES and a bunch of other gaming projects that exploded, and now all of a sudden they had to have a gaming studio. Working Designs was originally started as building out trucking software for like 18-wheelers. The person that was the coder for that software convinced someone that gaming was going to be the next big thing, and she became an investor, and they started doing TurboGrafx games, and that led to kind of the birth of the RPG movement on PS1 at the same time as like Final Fantasy VII coming out and stuff like that. So everyone starts somewhere. Like the passion comes through though, and the execution comes through in how you guys do it.
I appreciate that. And listen, Justin casually just flexing on you motherfuckers with all this knowledge, bro. Like he just described like half of the freaking history casually as hell. Yo, that's fire. I'm pumped. That was cool. All right. Last question of the two-headed hydra, because you kind of
the second to last, isn't it?
No, because you kind of answered this one already.
Okay.
So I feel like it's kind of redundant if I ask the question. But
fair enough.
I'm gonna throw a little extra wrench into the last question to make Justin really earn this one. And Damien, if you could get the poll ready, please. It's a two-part question. So the first part of the question is, how does the business model work from a revenue standpoint? From what you can share, obviously, we don't want to get you in trouble. And second part question is, does it plan to utilize or sell data captured from MoonPay?
Oh, from Moonbase, you mean?
Yep, Moonbase. Yep.
While that would be an interesting business model, no, like currently no. Like I don't want to sell my Twitter history to I don't know, Tide detergent or so no. It is strictly. It's not a data aggregator for us to go sell to Pepsi. Here's everyone that hates Pepsi that's part of OneKin. So let me get that out the way first. No, like it's for us to use internally. It's for us to reward you Spice. Internally, I'll be building out, because I'm an analytics nerd. Like I'm going to, cohort out different users and be like, okay, here's our fans of RPGs. What RPGs do they like on our platform? What are they claiming the most of? So that I can go to other publishers that are making a game in a similar genre and say like, hey, this worked really well for this game. Like you should really this is what got people excited. Like this drove a ton of claims, and not only claims, but also like fired up, content creators. There was, 30 people on Twitch that were streaming. Now, as far as the business model goes, it's SaaS based, and there's multiple levels. SaaS, software as a service. There's multiple levels depending on how many users a publisher wants to get each month, and it's priced very, very aggressively to get them users, gamers into those games, and not put them in a bind from a financial perspective. On the user side, very similar to Xbox Live or PSN Marketplace, there'll be what's called the One Pass that gives you access to the OneKin platform, where you'll find all these games listed along with the exclusive collectible item that is going to drive you into those games.
Boom. There you have it. Simple, sweet. I like it. All right, guys. Poll is up. Go vote. Justin, you got a couple more minutes to convince the crowd why you deserve an A. And I don't know, guys. If you heard the guy talk, you already know what's up. But I'm gonna let my boy Justin, say his piece.
Give me whatever grade you guys want to give me. I'm here for it. I will always be interested in coming back and doing this show again and again and again. Fantastic questions by you guys, by the way. I listen, like I said, I show up whenever I see you guys on my feed doing a show. So totally, respectful of the effort and energy you guys put into the questions that you ask. Very, very happy to be a part of Catalyst in a kind of external, tangential way. So give me whatever grade you guys want. I love you guys all. I will still support the Catalyst team and support Web3 gaming, and look forward to being on here many, many more times.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I mean, you're like family to us. You've been around since, around the time we started, to be honest. You were like first hitting us up and telling us about Onekin, and it's been crazy seeing how far you guys have come along, and how far we've also come along. Like, we didn't even have shows when we first talked to you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, it was Prof Pressure who was like, you got to check out what these guys are building. So mad props to him. I love Prof Pressure to death. One of my favorite content creators across everything, and just a stand up amazing dude. He's like a little brother to me, even though he's like a foot and a half taller than me. So
a little big brother.
The first time I met him was at TwitchCon. Hopefully nobody from TwitchCon's listening, but I was able to grab a pass from somebody and get him snuck in. So we was able to hang out at our booth, and just the nicest dude on the planet. If you're a member of Catalyst OG, like, go be friends with that dude. Like, he is just amazing. Go follow him across all of his different socials. Just the absolute best person on planet Earth.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the Prof Crypto Hotto dance battle for military charity. So we're gonna do that at some point. We already talked about it. It's behind the scenes shit, but it'll be coming out sometime. I don't know when, but gonna tease that because that's definitely gonna be something me and Prof are gonna do.
Yeah, just make sure he's not wearing those pit vipers. He looks
Yo, shout out Prof, man. Prof is one of the few people in the space that knew me before I founded anything. And Prof is a real legend. We bonded over trash talking on Twitter. Naturally. So yeah, Prof is a legend, bro. All right. So do we have the results in? And Hotto's doing his best Prof impression. Let's go.
This game's trash. I'm kidding. Yeah, shout out, Prof. All right, so we're gonna get into the grades here. I'm gonna let you know right now. Intense voting battle for the first two, but y'all fell off. Chat, y'all fell off in the last battle. What's wrong with y'all,
bro?
All right,
you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Hotto.
What do you mean, you people? Okay, so on boss number 3, you scored an 83.
Ooh,
which is lower than the 85 average we need. Boss number 2, though, you scored an 89. So, moving on up to the east side. And then the top score that you had here was boss number 1 at 100%, which gets you at 90%, even 91 after you round up. So you have defeated the boss battle show.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure getting to hang out with you guys.
Well deserved.
You still won the boss battle, man. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone listening in. Thank you, Crypto. Thank you, Mizzy. Thank you, Damien. Usually I'm the quiet guy.
He's only quiet in Web3. He's my brother. I'm hoping to shut up. I love you.
And I look forward to coming back on and as we get closer to launch, as we get closer to a lot more features and functionality that I can officially talk about and actually just become like a fountain of alpha, just spraying without having to worry about getting yelled at after the call. So I appreciate you guys, and absolutely looking forward to the next time. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. Again, thank you guys so much for everything you guys do in the space. It's impactful. It's meaningful. Keep up the great work.
Appreciate you, Justin.
Thank you, my brother.
Legend as always.
Appreciate you.
You know, as long as Catalyst is running, there's always a place for you on one of our shows, man. It's always a pleasure.
Awesome. All right. Well, love you guys.
He faced it. Go watch the replay. It was a banger of a show. You missed a lot of good stuff, my friend.
BB, I got a surprise for you this month, bro. Just stay tuned. Me and Addis and Damien are cooking something up, and Clouds too.
You making those sandwiches that he was talking about last week?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna do something special for BB.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
But you know, you have to wait and actually see it, bro. And shout out the lovely Jackie, you know, at every fucking show, always supporting. You're the best.
Thanks, Jackie.
All right. Well, I think that's about rounds it up for this week. Any final thoughts, anyone?
I mean, follow everybody on stage.
Yeah, go follow our boy Justin. Go follow Onekin Labs. Go check them out. They are doing some legendary shit. They've been building through the bear with us. You know, this is OG Catalyst family. Shout out Ramen. I'm glad you're doing better, bro. Even though you're the most annoying motherfucker I know. It's all with love. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah, Team Kendrick and go Wolves.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.